Hello, I'm Richard Ridge for Broadway World. Up next at Mill Playhouse is the world premiere of my very own British Invasion, a musical fable of rock and roll, which features a book by Tony Award winner Rick Elice and is directed and choreographed by Tony Award winner Jerry Mitchell. It'll begin performances on January 31st, and we drop by the rehearsal room to meet the company, bring you a sneak peek, and to talk to the rock legend himself, Peter Noone. What does this all mean to you, this show?
Well, first of all, I love that it's reuniting us with Jerry Mitchell, who did halftime for us last year, and also was my mentor as a performer. He was a dance captain on Jerome Robbins when I was there. So we've known each other for years and brought a whole new family of people in, Rick Elice to our theater and our commercial producing partners. But bigger than all that is the project itself. And this musical telling of the story of Peter Noone and the British invasion and how this music that is so a part of our lives now really came over from the UK in the 60s and 70s. And it's a fascinating story and hinges on this love triangle, which is thrilling.
So I'm John Lennon in the show, and the conceit of the show is that we're all club goers in the Bag of Nails who are then doing a reenactment of the things that happened in the 60s. So it kind of lets me off the hook as far as exact mimicry of John Lennon, but I have to capture the essence of John Lennon, essentially.
How cool is it singing like Beatles songs and stuff?
It's such a blast because it's the stuff that I grew up on. It's the stuff that made me want to write and sing music, and to be able to bring that to life and show people at least some of what happened behind the curtain at that time, to bring those songs to the U.S. and everything. Yeah, it's really an honor to be able to bring those to life in this way.
So you two just sort of met today, right?
Well, I've seen him working, but we've never actually spoken to each other because I've just watched him in the play. Sneaking in to watch him do his version of me. Brilliant. Yeah. He's a brilliant young man. I'm quite impressed. I believed him. I believed he was Peter Noone for a bit there.
Oh, no way. That's very kind. Yeah, it's pretty crazy to think that this is the first time with us meeting after, labs and working on it for so long, but it's a pleasure. This man's a hero, and not only to this story, but to the 60s and to rock and roll, and so, it's a real pleasure to
good songs. There's loads of good songs to sing in there. You do a good job singing them, man. I was impressed. For your love, you sing it better than me.
So listen very carefully, close now, and you will see what I mean. It isn't a dream. The only sound that you is when I whisper in your ear, I love you forever and ever.
It was like 4.5 years ago that Jerry Mitchell said, "Come over, I want you to meet somebody," and I showed up and Peter Noone was sitting there. It's pretty remarkable because unlike this one, I am, so old that I remembered Peter Noone and like buying his records and watching him on Ed Sullivan and all of that. So it was pretty extraordinary. It never gets old when you meet a legend.
Here's the thing. This is the perfect show for Jerry, because Jerry and we've missed it the last couple days, but Jerry's energy is so positive and so nurturing and it's a family. You form a family when you work for Jerry Mitchell. That's how it is.
And this show, the music you were talking about, it's so amazing. I've learned so many new songs that I didn't know from this era.
So true.
My family, my parents are so excited. They grew up with this music, and I'm excited to share it with the younger people in my family too, because I think it's going to introduce the younger generation to a whole lot of these songs.
Yeah, it's an epic love story told with iconic music, so it's timeless.
My character is based off of a lot of the English birds of the time, and so I've used a lot of people in my rehearsal process and research to kind of take from. You know, we've got Petula Clark, Dusty Springfield, Marianne Faithfull. We've got, you know, all the birds of the time.
The story in the love triangle is loosely based on the experiences of Peter Noone at a club in the 60s called the Bag of Nails, which actually still exists. And similarly to Erica, my character is sort of loosely based on those slimy, snaky, sexy rock stars of the time. You know, everyone from David Bowie to Jim Morrison, Mick Jagger. Trying to soak up as much of all that, you know, special sauce as I can.
Yeah. Something that's so great. Rick has written these roles for us that are just so incredibly unique and full. And for a love triangle, you know, you've got these three characters, and you are all rooting for each character at a certain time, you know, and not one of them is all good or all bad. It's, you know, it's human.